Carl Crawford and Adrian Gonzalez are gone from the Red Sox team. I was a big proponent of both of these guys coming to Boston as free agents. My thoughts on their departure. Hey everybody, it's Paulie. Welcome back to This Week in Red, where we're talking all things Red Sox and Major League Baseball. When the Red Sox brought in Carl Crawford and traded for Adrian Gonzalez a couple of seasons ago, I was one of the most ecstatic Red Sox fans about these moves. I felt these were both bona fide superstar players that would really bring a jolt of energy and power and consistency and great play to the Red Sox team. It didn't really work out that way from the standpoint of Carl Crawford, who battled a lot of injuries and inconsistency and pressure in his time in Boston. And Gonzalez produced good numbers while he was with the Red Sox, but he never really seemed to fit into the culture of what the Red Sox were about. He was very bothered by the media here and having to answer questions about things off the field all the time. And he definitely is a guy that's a California type of player. And I think he's going to be very happy in Los Angeles. But I can't figure out why he never really fit in Boston. He was supposed to be the centerpiece of this team, the face of the franchise. He was supposed to be a guy whose power would increase coming to a smaller ballpark like Fenway, considering the fact that he hit very well in a huge ballpark in San Diego, Petco Park, when he was with the Padres. But I think his mindset and attitude never really allowed him to become the player he was supposed to be in Boston. And again, even though his numbers were very good, I think overall you have to say Gonzalez was a disappointment in Boston. I mean, management gave up on him after almost 2 full seasons, and that doesn't say a lot about a player like Gonzalez. When management brings you in, signs you to a big contract extension, and then decides after 2 years, well, if the Dodgers really want him, then I guess we'll trade him. And Crawford is a bigger mystery. I mean, this guy was a superstar player with the Rays. Apparently, he's one of those guys that could play great in a small market, but you put him in the pressure cooker of a big market like Boston, and he can't handle the pressure. And that's unfortunate because Carl Crawford is one of the class guys in the sport. And there's been no rumors that he was one of the problems in the Bobby Valentine clubhouse. He pretty much did as he was asked during his time in Boston. He was not a divisive figure. He was a team guy, and he actually seemed to get along pretty well with Valentine. He just couldn't produce the numbers that he did in Tampa Bay. And when you don't do that in Boston, you fall out of favor with both the fans and the media. But I would expect Crawford, once he gets healthy, to really put up good numbers with the Dodgers. Of course, I'd say the same for Gonzalez. So this is really a big loss for the Red Sox in terms of production, because I think Crawford would have finally come back strong next year and probably would have straightened himself out and produced, maybe not the numbers he produced in Tampa Bay, but very, very good to above average numbers. So these 2 losses are going to be felt by the Red Sox the rest of the season. And I'll tell you right now, I don't know what the Sox are going to do at first base to replace Gonzalez's production. James Loney is certainly not going to fit the bill. He's a player with some upside, but the Dodgers kind of gave up on him. Maybe a change of scenery will do it for him in Boston. But the rest of this Red Sox season is going to be interesting to watch without these 2 players. Josh Beckett is another one that we can talk about from ear to ear, but the bottom line is his attitude got him out of Boston. He may revive his career in Los Angeles, but the rest of the year is going to be interesting for the Sox. They're probably going to lose a lot more games than they win, and they probably could have a Mets-like collapse at the end of the season. It really doesn't matter at this point. The important thing to know is the Sox cleared the books with these 2 guys. It's just a disappointment that Crawford and Gonzalez really didn't work out in Boston. So Sox fans, do you have similar thoughts to me on Crawford and Gonzalez? Your thoughts on these 2 players finally leaving Boston? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends about This Week in Red.